EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Uptown Charlotte at rain-soaked Bank of America Stadium. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they had the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down.
Third down.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fielded just inside the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, first and 10.
5-yard line.
Good running there by Jacobs on first down as he's able to take this forward for a gain of 6.
Taken down at the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now Carr. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
A gain of 16 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Las Vegas.
Here's Carr. And there's the first NFL catch for Henry Ruggs. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Throwing his car on third down. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And Darnold going to keep this himself. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
First and 10.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Second and 9. Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Third down, Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
34-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold looking for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
That one goes for 24 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
I thought when Josh Jacobs was coming out of the University of Alabama, he was an absolutely perfect fit for John Gruden's offense with the Raiders. And it turned out, in this case, I was absolutely right. Led the NFL rookies in rushing a year ago, 1,150 yards. In fact, the only rookie to top the 1,000 yards.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 23-yard run. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they want.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Free the ball carrier. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Darnold from the gun. Forced out to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
49-yard line.
Draw play to McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Watch the pass. Hey, no, look, hey, we got Mike 50, yeah? I'm coming.
Back to throw, Darnold. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Third and long, it's Darnold. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Over 1st and 10.
We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Jeremy Chin, the safety out of Southern Illinois. Maybe a lot of people didn't know him in the lead-up to the draft, but they know about him now. You can line him up anywhere in the secondary. He can play almost a linebacker spot at times, but also can get downfield and make plays on the football. A big-time play by Jeremy Chin.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Darnold gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Right side, and that's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
At the 18-yard line.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Bandit. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Like 17.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing again is Darnold. That is caught at the 7. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. From 4 yards out. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Jacobs.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
To throw again on second down. Carr, the Panther rush, too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Flushed out right. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 38, Carr. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
It's a gain of 17.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator